Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about a subject that so many of you write in about every week. This healing plateau. Did I do something wrong? Why isn't it working anymore? Am I done healing? Did my body forget how to? All those answers in this video. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, please click the little subscribe button and the bell to receive notifications when I release new videos. And if you've been with me for a while, thank you so much and welcome back. Today, we're going to dive into the healing plateau. What is that? What does that mean? I work with clients usually over the space of years. And what often happens is things go really rapidly and really incredibly for a while. And then once in a while, someone will hit a plateau where the modalities they've been using, if they're writing or giving the emotion a voice or doing the tapping or meditating or whatever it is, will stop working. I recently had a client who was kind of freaking out because she had this way of releasing emotion that we would work with. And she's like, Candace, for some reason, I would do it all the time for like a year and it would really help. It would help her physically, emotionally, mentally, every way. And then all of a sudden, she didn't realize it, but I did because I'm her coach. She got to another level and that release system was not working. And she was so worried and she came to me and she's like, I don't know what happened. Like, is it too much? Did I overdo it? Am I doing something wrong? Am I just not going to heal anymore? And she was really worried about it. And I said, no, honey, you've just shifted. So you have to shift your modality. It's kind of like a diet. If you do the same thing for a while that's new, you lose a lot of weight or whatever your goal is. And then all of a sudden you hit a diet plateau. Why? Because now your body needs a pivot. And what that means is, for her, she loved this way of releasing her emotions. And I told her, this is just temporary. Do this instead for 1 week and then go back. And she's like, I don't know, I'm nervous, it won't work. So she did the new thing that she also liked, but she loved the other thing. She did the other thing. I gave her these writing assignments to do and all these other things. And she did it and she goes, it's so funny because I felt reset in a way to go back to the original way of releasing. So now she not only has one way, but she has multiple ways. So we oftentimes think, oh my gosh, I get like in love with this one way of healing or this one way of scheduling your healing, because that's the other thing is we need to have structured healing. We can get burnt out, but you get used to this one way. And then you're like, I don't want to do something else because I know this works. But what you realize is, oh, I have all these other tools now that also work. And you're learning your own body and your own healing. Sometimes this works. When I get to this point, sometimes I have to do this thing. It is like a diet. It's like our relationship to anything. Even our relationships with our intimate partners or our friends need to be shifted, sometimes need a break. Which brings me to the structured healing approach, which I'm really big on. You can't overdo it. If you overdo it, you're going to get burnt out. A lot of people get really, really excited about this work and they get really passionate about it. And some of my clients say, Candace, my whole world is inner work now. And I say, that's okay for a minute because it's new and it's exciting, like a new relationship. But you're going to need to structure that healing or you're going to burn out and feel exhausted. Because what we also don't realize is healing work is very energetically draining if it's not structured. So one of the things I suggest with that, if you're like in this rapid healing time in your life, structure it 30 minutes a day and that's it. And some people go in these rabbit holes, especially on the weekends. They're like, oh my God, I was meditating and I was writing for like 2 hours. Okay, fine. Then take a break for a few days. Now, it doesn't mean you're not going to go as far as you should. It doesn't mean that you're going to go backwards. Oftentimes people feel like they go backwards in their journey because you'll have an old trigger pop up. This is the other thing about the plateau. You'll have an old trigger and you'll get mad at yourself for having the trigger. You'll almost blame yourself for not being healed. This is one of the worst things we can do because it brings up resistance. So I always say this, how you relate to the issue is the issue, but how you relate to yourself is the bigger issue. So are you giving yourself compassionate self-care? Are you judging yourself for not being healed? Are you judging yourself for doing it wrong? This is the resistance you need to get rid of so you can continue on the path. So structured healing approach means anytime you come up against any kind of resistance, that's the healing. We forget about this. So there's all these different phases in the journey. And what we have to understand is when we do get to a point, this is the biggest piece of this puzzle. A lot of people have resistance, and they have not only that, but resentment for all the pain they've had to experience. Emotional pain specifically, because that's what I talk about. But emotional pain can become physical pain. So people get really frustrated with the fact that, why did this have to happen to me? In my shadow work course, I have a bonus section called This Is Why. Because you are here to heal the tribal wounds of the generations before you. And is that a big task? Yeah, but it's a heal, and you start to see your family members shift as well. Sorry, my video is doing something weird. But what I want to tell you guys, because I've been through it, and it really was an amazing part of why I wanted to do this work, is that there was this time in my life for about 10 years where I thought, oh my gosh, if I didn't go through all those things, I would be here by now, right? How many of us do that? Everybody. And what happened is I started digging in and trusting and surrendering to this work over and over and over, always choosing my healing. I eventually got to this really cool point of awakening, another awakening, that everything that you think you should be by now, you become. It catches up to you. You can't mess up your purpose. It's just timing. So we think we know our timing, but really something higher does. And when we connect to that higher power and we ask for its assistance in our healing, we start to rapidly heal. And what that means is all the things you thought you lost, all the time you thought you lost, catches up to you, and your purpose will find you. So I want to leave you with that today, you guys. Also, I want to invite you to my monthly membership. The link is below, the Truth Room Tribe. We talk about this every single Friday in a live group setting. If you want to be part of that group, please check it out. It is really amazing to heal with others because, after all, trauma comes from suffering alone. So if you can heal in a group and you have the support and you have mirroring and like-minded souls, you heal that much faster. So I encourage you to do that. Please check all the links below and have a great week.